I have a great love of India for all sorts of reasons, and the country is remarkable. It is a working democracy. There is the rule of law. There is religious pluralism. That doesn't mean it's perfect. Crimes are still committed. There is still corruption, of course. In a country of that size, it's inevitable, in any country, really. And you heard about this appalling rape and murder, really, that took place. Tarek Fatah joins me. Wonderful to have you here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I think we both admire what the Indian state has achieved. Tell people what happened here, because I don't think they realize just what is involved and how many levels of barbarism.
Well, this is a young woman, 23-year-old medical student. She goes out with her boyfriend to see, what's the great movie, Pi.
Life of Pi?
Life of Pi.
Yep.
To go there. They come out around 10, and they hail a public bus to stop. And as they get in, the driver tells her, "Is this a time for a decent woman to be out on the street? You look like a prostitute." To which her boyfriend takes umbrage. And when he enters, there are 4 other friends of the driver who attack him. Then the girl intervenes, the woman intervenes, and then becomes a 2-hour ordeal with the bus driver driving them around the city while the other men rape the woman, beat the boy, break his bones, and not just gang raping the woman. The youngest of these kids inserts an iron rod in her vagina to the extent that she suffers internal damage to her organs, beat her on the head, she becomes literally brain dead. She's then flown to Singapore, where what upset me most was the attitude of the government and the officials. The notion that someone would come out and say she died in peace.
Or she was thrown out of the vehicle. They tried to run her over.
The bus then, after then they did all this, they stripped both the boy, young man and the woman naked and threw them near the Delhi airport perimeter.
Did he survive?
He survived. What saddened me is that he was not permitted to attend the cremation because it would be seen as if the woman died an impure.
Who has been charged?
The 6 men involved. In fact, they were arrested quite soon after, which means that the Indian police can, if they want to, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm getting over flu, so I'm coughing, but carry on, I'm going to cough.
Yeah, so...
Camera away, thank you.
Okay. So what happened is that the police caught all these guys who were fleeing away from them. The youngest was arrested in an Uttar Pradesh village and brought back. They openly admitted that they had raped it. Now, part of the culture is that when you rape a woman and you boast to your friends, it's something to be very proud of.
Not in all of Indians.
No, I'm talking at that level where in this class. So in prison, they boasted to everyone, of course we did rape this woman. Their confessions have been recorded, and then it turns out that she dies. And there's a report in the Hindustan Standard about how at that very moment, the faces of these 6 men changed when they realized that the rest of the 2,000 inmates were literally staring at them, because now they've been charged with murder. But the tragedy is that as yet, there's pressure on not to reveal the name or the face of this woman because it will bring shame to the family. That's outrageous. And I've said to my Indian friends, every Indian young man that I know wants to have a girlfriend, but he never accepts that his sister would have a boyfriend. And as long as
that's a bit harsh.
I don't know. You tell me. The search for virginity, where none of the Indian men are virgins, but all of the Indian women are expected to be virgins, means a whole lot of things. But I'm angry at the fact that she might be the only murdered woman ever who will die in anonymity because honor is at stake.
Look, both in India and in the Indian diaspora, it's almost a running joke that The guy comes back at midnight and mum says, oh, what have you been up to?
Yes.
She comes back at 10 o'clock. What are you doing so late?
Oh,
okay.
That's in the more liberal families.
Yes, but that is a run. But we both know Indian culture enough to know that this is repulsive to almost everybody in the country and in the Indian diaspora.
Of course.
So we mustn't pretend this is in any way typical.
No, this is, well, but you have to admit that it is the rape capital of India. I admire the Indian society for coming out in tens of thousands to protest and ask for this. But I am also shocked that almost there's consensus. And the great Indian intellectual Shashi Tharoor was the Under Secretary General of the United Nations and is a minister. He said, why are we hiding her name and face?
Yeah.
And the presumption that a rape victim has done something wrong has not yet left the psyche of the upper middle class of Indians.
It's not left all sorts of people outside of Europe and North America, including even Latin America and certainly large parts of the rest of the world. You may have your rapist in court, the person who raped you may be in court and may go to prison, but you'll still be slightly looked down upon because you allowed it to happen. I would certainly agree with it. Just very briefly, and this I find quite grotesque, in Pakistan, there are people pointing fingers. There has been a rape culture in Pakistan.
Oh, they're gloating.
Oh, yes, and particularly of Christian and Hindu women.
Absolutely. The gloating on the Pakistani side is even more disturbing. And I can tell you, my next column in The Sun would be about the rape victims in Pakistan, where rape is being used for ethnic cleansing of Hindu society.
Oh, without doubt.
To expel them from the province of Sindh. And there's 6 to 13-year-old girls who've been raped and then converted to Islam. So nobody is clean in this game. And the mentality has to change that the mothers who create you, the only other than the divine that gives birth to a human, cannot be seen as having done something wrong if she is a victim.
Yeah. Forgive me coughing, by the way. Flu's gone, but the coughing hasn't. I mean, this is on so many levels.
It sounds sexy, by the way.
You don't know how disturbing that is. I think we'll end the interview at this stage. Thank you, Tarek.
Take care.